What is up, you guys? Glitchiz here, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm bringing you my very first Throne and Liberty video. I'm pretty excited about it. That being said, I want to keep it simple this first one, and I'll bring you all the details you need to know about how to edit and also share your HUD layout and the information that you save to the HUD. Almost every video that I've watched goes over how to edit and save your HUD, but they don't mention that you can actually export that file and share it with friends, and that's exactly what I'm actually going to be doing at the end of this video. Down in the description, I'm going to leave a link. You guys can download my HUD layout file, and by the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to upload it and use it for yourself. And if there's minor things after the fact that you want to change, it is very easy to tweak it once you get it first loaded up and ready to go. But before we get into the details, I have to give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is Instant Gaming. For those of you that don't know, Instant Gaming is a killer website that gives you amazing discounts on all your digital game purchases. Not only do they have pretty much every game you can think of across every single platform, but they get all of their CD keys straight from the source, so you never have to worry about them being a scam or your CD keys not working. They have a near flawless rating with Trustpilot. On top of having all of your favorite games, however, they also have paid subscription cards to your favorite MMOs like Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft at discounted rates, as well as pay cards for your favorite in-game wallets like the Steam wallet, for example. So if you want to save a ton of money on your future digital game purchases, I recommend checking the first link down in the description and heading on over to Instant Gaming to start saving some money. Along with my partnership with Instant Gaming as well, we are also hosting a giveaway for one lucky winner each month, and the winner that gets chosen at the end of that month will be able to select a game of your choosing from the Instant Gaming website. So big incentive to go check it out, and thanks again for Instant Gaming for sponsoring the video. Without any further ado though, let's jump right into it. So right out the gate, if you want to edit your HUD, the first thing you're going to want to do is hit escape and open up your edit HUD window, or whatever button it is to get to the escape menu if you're using controller. But go to the edit HUD option. And from here, you're going to see a ton of basically panels. These are all the panels that you're typically going to use in the game of Throne and Liberty. Right out the gate, from the HUD panel, you have outer spacing. So if some people like a little clean border around the outside, that can highlight it red so you know not to plant things in that space. It actually prevents it from going that space when you have that enabled. Personally, I like to put things as far to the edges as possible, so I disable it. You can also enable and disable the grid, as well as increase the spacing of it. I leave mine at 32, and I like to keep it enabled because what it does is it allows you to snap to the lines of the grid to make things perfectly aligned, which is super handy. So I always turn that on. You also have HUD size, which is nice depending on how big you want the buttons to be. Personally, I keep mine around, I think 2 it was, or 3. So we'll just go ahead and leave it there. And so that is the main way of how you would edit it. You just simply drag and drop these panels and move them around until you get a layout that you sort of like. I spent a lot of time with this particular layout. The default layout, I can go ahead and show that now. If I go ahead and reset it and then hit confirm, the default layout has your character information in the top left-hand corner, your consumables on the far right panel, even though the F1 through F4 keys are right above the 1, 2, and 3 keys, which kind of confused me at first. Some of these panels could be separated a little bit more. Your mini map has a big gap along the side. So what I like to do is I keep all of my HUD information closer to the center of the screen. That way, if you're in a big group, you can see all of your party's health bars, your health bar, as well as the boss or basically world boss's health right around your character in the center of the screen as well. So you don't have to look away when you're looking at all the details. That was kind of the thought process behind me designing mine. So we can go ahead and upload this again just so you guys can see it. So this is how I have my layout. I've got the party information that falls right under here. If I go into HUD again, you can kind of see it here. So all my party information's right here. All of my character's information and buffs are right in the center of the screen. Whatever enemies I have selected, as well as the boss's name, show up right above here. For major like arch bosses and world bosses, they'll show up here. any kind of PvP kills are off screen, system notifications are off screen, and then you'll notice the ping system as well as the mini map and all of the questing I've pushed to the far outside edges as far as they could go, with the exception of the little button here. That way we can still click it and hide it fully if we want to, but I wanted to clear as much real estate off in the center of the screen as possible, and that's the kind of design that I went with for the main center panels. On the bottom, just for a little more user-friendly type stuff, I had the Amatoy and the fishing pole icons off to the side, but still centered and aligned. We have inventory in the middle with our world tree leaves and the crystals that give you bonus damage on either side of that. Your home button, which you use constantly, is going to be dead center, as well as your main ability bar. And then what I did is I took the hotkeys for the consumable potions and put that aligned with the 1, 2, and 3 abilities, because that's kind of how where your fingers are, and it's just more visually appealing, because I know, like, if I'm doing 1, 2, 3 of my abilities and I need to use potion, F1, F2 is right above it on the keyboard, so having them in a similar alignment on the toolbar is pretty helpful. The extra things like currencies are underneath here as well, overflow storage, the camera options, and the main escape menu I put off to the corner because we don't really need those, and then obviously your dungeon marks and the amount of abyss tokens you have are up in the top corner as well. So very, very user friendly, and it's clean. I tested it so that none of the panels are overlapping when things are getting filled up with buffs and things like that. So if you like this layout, I'll probably show some clips here of me just running a dungeon so you can see what it looks like when you have a full party and have enemies selected. But that is the layout that I decided to go with, and it was done simply by moving the panels around and just lining them up with exactly how I thought would work well for the design that I wanted. But moving on to how to export and share these HUDs, once you get a layout that you like, if you want to share it with a friend, one thing that people don't talk about is you can export it here with the export button, and this will save it as a HUD file, basically a .adj file, or azj file, I believe. We'll see here in a second. If I click cancel, it might show it here. If we go to edit file, it's an azj file is what it saves as. So you can have multiple presets, first of all. If you have different layouts for different types of scenarios that you're running, you can switch through them on the fly. But back to uploading. If you want to do that, you first would want to export it. That would save your HUD file in a specific location that I'll show here shortly. And if you get someone else's HUD file that you like, the way that you would upload it is you're going to go to this file path, which is as follows. Just hit the Windows key and go to the C drive. And then from the C drive, you want to go to Users, Your Name, and then go to Documents. And then under Documents, go to the TL folder for Throne and Liberty. And then at the very bottom, you should see a Users HUD folder. Click on that. And then inside this folder is where you would drag and drop the AZJ HUD file that you found or exported yourself, and drop it into this folder. Now, once that file is in there, you can close out of that panel. And then when you go to edit file and click this drop down menu, whatever AZJ HUD files that you've put into that folder will show up under this drop down menu. So you can just go ahead, click the one that you've uploaded, and then hit the load button. Yes, and then it will just instantly load the HUD, in this case the one that I've saved, directly into the game, so you don't have to sit there and manually drag everything around to try and match someone else's. If they're sharing their file, you can just load it in manually and just have it instantly work right off the bat. So I wanted to be sure to show how to do that and show the file path for you guys. And again, I'm going to link down in the description the file towards my HUD layout if you like it, so feel free to check it out and use it for yourself. And obviously, if there's some things that you want to tweak, by all means, just have mine as a starting point, and then just go into edit HUD once you have it uploaded and just drag and drop a few panels here and there and slightly move it around and tweak it however you see fit. But yeah, that is pretty much the guide. Once you got everything saved, you're pretty much good to go, and you can just edit out and move on to gaming. So yeah, if you found this video informative, if it helped you out, be sure to smash that like button. Comment down below as well. I appreciate all of your guys' feedback. Also, if you want to keep up to date with my future content, I plan on making a bunch more Throne and Liberty videos, hopefully. Consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell. And last but not least, if you want to join a killer community of like-minded gamers, feel free to check the links down in the description and join us on the Discord. We've got a bunch of people in there playing Throne and Liberty. We've also started the Synapse Guild, on the Scorpo server, I believe. So if you're on that same server as us and you want to join a killer guild that's growing really fast, looking to do some endgame PvP and PvE content, then feel free to join up, and hopefully we see you guys around here soon. But until the next one, hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see you all later.